Welcome to Online Chair Yoga. I had in mind for this class the fact that there's a lot of people who will be working from home and may not have the most ideal setup in terms of their chairs and their desk. And so this is really for looking after our shoulders, our neck, bring some movement, just getting the body a bit mobilized. So be aware these are things that some of these things you can easily do from your workstation, taking those breaks throughout the day. Aim in your chair seat that is stable. I would suggest not a chair with wheels. And if it has no arms, then that's better. Aim for your thighs to be pretty much horizontal to the floor. So that may mean for your chair that you need a support under your feet like I do. Or like Anne and Olga, they are okay without it. If you're a very tall person, you might want to build up that height of your chair seat by putting a block underneath your seat, okay? A stable support. So come into your connection of your feet into the ground. Feel the support underneath the sit bones. A steady drishti gaze. Start to bring your awareness inward. Use your stable foundation with your next inhale to find gentle lift and length through the spine. And use your exhale to relax through the face, the neck, and the shoulders. With the next inhale, float the palms a few inches up, palms still face down. And then as you exhale, rotate so the palms face in towards each other. Through your inhale, take the arms wide, palms still face each other. As you exhale, relax the shoulders, rotate palms face upward. Inhale, arms rise skyward, gaze can lift. Exhale, palms face down as they drift all the way back down to the lap. 3 breath movement. Inhale, float the hands up. Fill through the belly. Exhale, soften, relax, palms face in. Through your inhale, expand through the ribs. Feel it opens the arms wide. Shoulders relax as palms turn upward. Use your grounding for that lifting inhale. And exhale, hands drawing back downward. We're going to take that twice more. So inhale. Exhale, palms face in. Expansion through the rib cages, arms open wide, lungs fill. Exhale, lungs empty. Feel the connection to your ground. Use that grounding as lungs fill, belly, rib cage, chest. Exhale, lungs empty, chest, ribs, belly. Final time, inhale and exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Final inhale. Hands coming all the way down to the lap for that final exhale. Take an inhale here. And take an exhale. We're going to stand, so if there's any support under your feet, you can move that to the side. We're going to work with the shoulders, and we'll just do it standing. It can just as easily be done seated. Okay? So from a standing position, firm up the legs into your Tadasana, stabilize through the pelvis, steady, smooth breath. Working through the shoulders, as long as the neck feels okay, we're going to draw those shoulders high up towards the ears. This doesn't feel great, does it? You could shake your head, no, it doesn't feel great. Yeah. Can you take them a little higher? It's really not a great movement. Make sure there's no pain, and then release them down. Discomfort? Yeah. So notice how they feel now that we've let them go. Let's hoik them up again, high, high, high. Let the right ear drift over towards right shoulder again if it feels okay. And then imagine that ear's a little itchy and you're just going to rub it against that shoulder. And then stop that movement, bring the head level, and release those shoulders down. It's nice when it stops, but we're going again. So lift those shoulders high, high, high up. Let that left ear drift over towards left shoulder again. Imagine that little itch. Give it a little scratch. Come back up to center. Release those shoulders down. Take a breath here and inhale. Let the arms be heavy through your exhale. And our final lifting, 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 really tense. Can you lift those shoulders a little higher? No neck. And then release them down. Take a few gentle rolls and a few gentle turns of the head. Change the direction of those rolls. So by introducing extra tension into the shoulders, we want to reset to a more relaxed state when we finally let them go. So relax into stillness now and notice how it feels through the neck. Notice how it feels through the shoulders. Steady breath. Stay with your steady breath as once more you come into your chair seat. We're going to work again with the shoulder blade space in a different direction. So find any support under your feet. Decide if you want to be seated further forward or back. Lift the elbows in line with shoulders, fingertips point ahead, elbows are bent. As you inhale, let the elbows drift back so the chest broadens and you feel the shoulder blades retract into the back. As you exhale, we haven't changed the angle of the elbows, but one arm drifts over the top, and can you cross those elbow lines over each other? Protraction of shoulder blades. Inhale, always the same movement, pulling back. Check shoulders aren't elevated or depressed, they're in neutral. And then as we exhale, we protract, shoulder blades move away from midline. Inhale, the retraction as the elbows move back. Check you're not flaring the ribs. Try and isolate it through the shoulder blade space. Relax the jaw, chin is level as those elbows cross over in front. And one more time as we draw back. And pulling forward, crossing that lead arm each time, which means we've got to do another one because it's asymmetrical. So final crossover as those forearms come into the midline of the body, and then coming back, opening elbows wide, releasing down. Again, take a few releasing rolls of the shoulders, take a few turns through the neck. And then we're going to open and close the knees, wiper them open and close. So if you've had feet on a block, again, you can move them. I would suggest you sit forward on the chair seat so the leg bones are freed of the confines of the chair and we are rooted to our sit bones. Feet are spaced a little wider. Decide what distance. You'll know when you start wipering. Palms resting to the lap. Grow tall and turn the palms upward. Open the knees to your width. And then as you exhale, palms face down, squeeze those inner thighs together. So readjust where it feels right to have those feet. So inhale, palms open, knees open wide. We roll to the outside of the feet. Exhale, palms are down, and we squeeze those knees in. Let's take that again as we inhale, palms open, knees open. And then as the knees come together and the palms close, cross over, right arm over left. I'm doing the opposite. Uncross and open palms. And then we cross left over right, palms down, squeeze the inner knees together, use the adductors. Use your outer thigh muscles, outer hips to open those knees wide. Use those inner thighs as we cross over, opposite arm on top each time. One more time as we open. And through that exhale, that final crossover, palms down, engage those inner thighs. Draw the feet hip distance apart. Scoot yourself further back in your chair seat so we have some of that leg supported by the chair. Take an in-breath here. Feel grounded and lifted, and exhale. Steady in-breath. Use left foot sit bone abdominals as you lift that right thigh up. Hold underneath. Actually, let's hold across the shin bone. We're going to circle the ankle. So steady breath as we start to circle that ankle in one direction. Feel through that movement. And then change the direction of those circles. Steady, smooth breath. Noticing if you're starting to drift towards the tailbone around the back, draw that weight further forward on those sit bones. Hugging behind that right thigh. We're going to lift up and inhale through the heel. Reach that leg out. Maybe the thigh lowers a little more. Point the toe, bend the knee. Can that knee lift a little higher? Rib cage, thigh towards each other. So inhale, reaching out. This is stretching through hamstring and calf. Exhale, drawing back in. So that knee may well stay soft, stay bent when you hit that end of range. Work within your range and feel the movement. And one more time, reach out through that heel, pointing the toes, pulling back, and then releasing down. Give that hip flexor right into that hip crease a little bit of a rub. Connecting to your grounding through your feet, through your sit bones. Find that lift, relax the shoulders. Steady inhale. And then as you exhale, use your grounding abdominals as you pick up, hugging across that left shin bone. Steady breath, steady drishti. Feel the movement as you take those slow ankle circles. Involve the toes too, wiggling through those toes a bit as well. Change the direction of those circles. Steady breath, your grounding, check where sit bones are, that gentle lift and length through the spine. And then as you still the movement of the ankle, holding behind the thigh, use your next inhale to reach out through that heel, toes point, exhale, thigh and rib cage drawing towards each other. Be aware of where weight is through sit bones. Use that grounded right foot. Use your sit bones to support that upright posture, relaxing through the shoulders. Movement organized around the breath as we release away with inhale. And we draw back in with that exhale. And then releasing that leg down again. Rub into that hip flexor. Give it a little bit of a rub. We're going to work with some standing work next. So let's bring ourselves back up to stand. And we're going to rearrange where the chair seats are placed. So take a quarter turn of your chair seat. And we're going to be placing that, that's fine where it is. And then you've got your chair seat facing the long edge of the mat. And then you're going to come behind that, so you're at that bottom edge of your mat. Have the chair where you can have the feet onto a flat, stable surface. So Anne, you could move that chair a little towards me, just slightly, so that both feet are on the mat, yeah. And then that right leg is going to, and left, both feet very close to the chair seat. And then you're going to lift that right foot up onto that chair seat. Okay. So we've got that right foot up onto chair seat, and we're going to take a twist from here. Stable through the left grounding side. Feel that thigh firm up. Feel the lift through the spine, relaxing the shoulders. Steady inhale here. And then turning towards this lifted knee, towards your chair back. That left hand could rest to the outside of the knee, or it could rest to the top of the chair. Depends on the chair you're working with. Push through both feet, grow a little taller. Relax the shoulders, rotate through rib cage into that twist. Release that back right arm behind, in line with shoulder, thumb skyward, fingertips point away. Hug the shoulder blade gently in and glide it down. Gaze to thumbnail. And then take the distance beyond the thumb, as far as you can see. Maybe you've got a nice view out a window. Transfer gaze near to thumbnail, and transfer gaze far into the distance. 2 more breaths, near and far. And 1 more time, near and far. Steady breath, arm releases, coming out of the twist, facing forward. Release that foot down. We'll turn our chair seats to just spin, so the chair back is now facing the opposite side to chair seat. And then we can easily just swap over. So that left foot rising up. Pressure through both feet, strong, firm, lifted. And then as you exhale, rotating to that left side, right hand coming to the outside of the knee, or maybe to your chair back. Decide what's best for the arm, for the shoulder space. Chin is level, gaze starts to drift over that left shoulder, left arm can rise up, parallel to floor. Thumb skyward, palm facing away from you, fingertips pointing away. So I'll go rotating for thumb upward. Shoulder relax down, steady inhale, twisting through that rib cage, use your grounding. And then 4 breaths with that gaze to thumbnail, and then gazing into that distance. grounded, rotated into the twist, open across the heart, relaxed at the shoulder, the jaw. Taking that final exhale, finish your 4th breath. And when you do so, gaze turns, arm releases, coming out of that twist, releasing that foot down to that chair. And then we're gonna come back into our chair seat. So take a quarter turn of that chair back facing to me. If you're at home, you can leave the chair where it is. We're just moving them a little to make it more visible for you. Decide if you want any support underneath your feet. And we're going to take a lateral bend to each side. Steady inhale. Feel the connection, sit bones and the feet. Steady exhale. Take your right arm reaching out to the side. I'm doing opposite. And then bend the elbows so the fingertips rest to the shoulder, encouraging it to relax down. Left hand comes to the side of that chair seat for some stability. Grip the edge of the chair. As you inhale, root down with right sit bone. As we draw, lift through the right side of the rib cage. As you exhale, keep that stretch, but gaze downward over that left shoulder. Relax that left shoulder down. Pin the right sit bone down as you lengthen with inhale up the side of the waist to that lifted armpit. And final exhale, relaxing through that left shoulder. Come upright on inhale. Release the arm down. Take a few gentle turns of the head, a few shoulder rolls. Check that steady, smooth breath. We can take it to the other side. So that right arm, left arm is it? Yeah, left arm coming out to the side. Elbow bends, fingertips lightly placed, relaxing that left shoulder down. Pin that left sit bone down as we start to open into that side bend. Exhale into your grounding. Keep that lift as you turn your gaze away from that lifted side. Relax that right shoulder down. Grounding through that left sit bone. Take the breath all the way up to armpit. And your final exhale, use your grounded stability. Come out of that lateral bend, gazing forward, arm releasing down. And again, a few gentle, easeful movements there. We're going to stand again. So coming upright, we're going to use... Actually, am I lying? Yeah, we're not going to stand again. Well, we might because we're going to move our chair. Again, if you're at home, you might not need to move the chair, but we're going to benefit from moving chair so that you can have a better view of it. So we're going to move the chair. So Anne, if you bring your chair to, and Olga to face towards the camera, but then have the chair seat further back to that long edge of the mat. So the back edge of those chair legs are off of the mat on that far side. So we've got the chair more like this. So you've got most of your mat space free for you to use. And then you're going to be facing to me. You're going to stand next to that chair seat, hold on and take a seat. And you are just going to have that right thigh bone floating on the edge of that chair seat. So the whole of the left sit bone and leg is free from the chair. Hold on to the chair for support. Creep that left leg out behind you, tuck the toes. If you are tall and that knee is dragging on the floor with your chair height that you have it, create a lift underneath onto that chair seat. Okay? And then tall and lifted, drawing pubic bone upward, draw the flesh of the thigh down towards the knee drawing down to the floor. Steady inhale. Tip yourself a little further forward. It'll open up the space through the low back. Decide if it feels okay. Your left hand maybe grips the front edge of the chair. As you float that right sit bone off the chair, now you can reach that back heel out behind you for high lunge. You can always come back down to that chair seat whenever you wish. Engage pelvic floor, pubic bone. Could you lift your torso more upright, chest facing forward, and release that left arm out to the side. Inhale, arm sweeps forward and skyward, gaze can be up. And exhale, arm sweeps forward and down. Take that one more time as we inhale. Exhale down. Tip that torso forward, land the sit bone, draw that knee forward, land the foot, and then we can just turn around. You can stay where you are to take it for the other side. So that left sit bone thigh along the edge of the chair seat, so that right sit bone leg is floating off. Vertical shin bone, knee over ankle on that left foot as that right foot creeps away behind you. Engage through the buttocks, draw the flesh of the thigh down towards the floor. Smooth inhale, lengthen space through the spine, and then exhale, starting to tip forward with the torso. Notice the difference in sensation through the low back there. And then from there, you can float the sit bone up away from the chair seat. You could reach that back heel further away. Pelvic floor, low belly, engaging inward and upward. See how it feels to lift the torso more upright. You decide what angle you want to be on there. Right arm release to the side, fingertips pointing down. Option to arc that arm forward and skyward on that inhale. And exhale, arcing that arm back down. Taking that one more time as we inhale. And exhale, let that torso tip forward again, relieving that low back as you land the sit bone back down. Allow that back foot to creep further forward, turn, take a quarter turn onto that chair seat. And then from there, you can start to gently wiper those knees open and close, bring a little bit of release and movement through those hip joints. From here, we are going to do a wide leg fold. So take those feet a little wider. You're still perched on the front edge of the chair seat. We're going to interlace the hands behind our back. Pushing through the feet, lift the heart space, but keep the weight through center of sit bones. As you start to tip forward, if it feels unsteady at all, creep those sit bones further back so you're stable. Option to have hands to thighs if you wish. Lengthen crown of the head forward. Push through the feet as you work into your forward fold. Steady inhale and steady exhale. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Rise with your inhale. Release the hands to the thighs. Walk the feet closer in, and again, just a little bit of gentle wiping of those knees open and closed. And then taking soft fists back of the hands to those thighs, just gently massage through those thighs, inner thighs, outer thighs, maybe the hands patting the back of the thighs. Decide how nice it feels, how low it goes, tapping through those lower legs. We're in a forward fold here. And then coming back up again. You can maybe reach through that kidney space, give it a little bit of tap. And then releasing down. We're going to take our relaxation in our chair. So decide where it's comfortable to be, further back in that chair seat. You can rest your chair to the back. Again, decide if you want some support underneath the feet. And consider where you want those hands to be placed. So you can have them cupped with upward palms. You could take Chi Mudra, joining thumb and first finger, remaining 3 fingers extended. Relaxing across the forehead. Softening at eyebrow center. Eyes can be closed or a steady, fixed, unmoving gaze into mid-distance. Bring space to inner cheeks. Relax the jaw, the neck, and the shoulders. Let the arms feel heavy. Relax the breath. Feel the space across the chest, beneath the armpits, across the rib cage. Can you feel the breath move through the belly space? the waist, and the low back. Feel the flesh of the buttocks. Relaxed muscles all around thigh bones. The space at the knees, the soft calves, relaxed ankles. Feel the gentle connection to your ground. And with a quiet, comfortable breath, you could work with a silent phrase. I give myself space. And feel free to remain as long as you wish, giving yourself this space, this time out, this time away. Whenever you are ready, allow your eyes to open and palms to meet. Thank yourself for giving yourself this time for your practice, and I thank you too. Namaste.
There was one point where I was trying not to laugh, so
Oh, you should never feel like you can't laugh.